Friends, this um, outcome of the court incident that happened between Davido and the legal representative of Sophia Momodu over the joint custody suit that Davido filed is what I want us to talk about in this video because it's actually taking a new turn. It's actually taking a turn that is not funny anymore because this thing has been happening. A lot of things has been taken for granted, and I think the Adeleke's they are not having it again this time around. So I just want to address that in this video, and I want to address it by addressing Sadele Momodu first of all, Barrister Chuku, that is the legal representative of Sophia Momodu, Sophia herself, and then Davido. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel, the Judy TV show. In here, I talk about talk about marriage and marriage-related trending issues. And my name is Judy with a little touch of Ife, or just a little touch like that. So, having done this intro, I like to start with Sir Dele Momodu. Sir, with due respect, I don't think you're being fair the way you are going about this. I said that because this has been repeating itself. Things will come, the video will be embarrassed publicly, or their delegates will be embarrassed publicly, even chairman, that is the video's father, by Sophia. And at the end of the day, you lead a delegation, through your friend, His Excellency, to go and say you are negotiating for peace or begging or whatever thing it is. But you cannot on your own part, caution Sophia because you know that most times, if not all the times, she has always been the one that is always causing this. I recall that there was a video she made recently where she was saying, I think both of you went to Ghana for whatever function, and then she was now saying that somebody saw her now say, Mama Imade, and then she was now waving at the person now say, Obio wise, say, where, hi, did that, I mean, it was just so obvious, where this Sophia's reactions are coming from. Having said that again, sir, this latest one that the video, filed for joint custody because he wanted more time with Imade. Sir, I am very much aware that I stand to be corrected that you attended the wedding of Davido. I think you did. I stand to be corrected, but I think you did. But when you were there, sir, did you see Imade? Was Imade there? That's the first child of this man. And wedding is a lifetime event for any person. But you saw Haley there. That is the second daughter of Davido. Aside that, when Davido marked his 33rd birthday, or is it 34th now, was Imade there? But Haley was there. Imade was also not there. Then again, when the twins had their first the 1 year birthday, Imade was not there, but Haley was there. So you can see that it's becoming like Sophia has decided to cause the video pains, knowing that he lost this girl for reasons best known to her. That's why I said that you're not fair. I don't think you are fair the way you've been handling this because I expected you to handle it in such a way that this thing that you say the peace is going on behind the scene and everything. What about those three incidents? How come that this girl didn't attend any of them? Yet after that wedding in Florida, Sophia traveled to US with Imade. That Davido, the wife told him, Davido was like, no, 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 since she didn't attend the wedding and everything. So the wife, Chioma, said, no, no, you have to take her out. It's not the girl's fault. Davido now went and took Imade out. We all saw the video because he posted it. Now, if Sophia has you as somebody that at every time she does whatever thing she likes, then you go behind the scene after somebody has been ridiculed. What happened in that court? Thankfully, that judge is, a kind person also. I think he's a man, he's a kind man. Otherwise, this is the kind of thing that, somebody will now say is contempt of court and then ask Davido be put behind bars. If that thing had been done to him, a global star like that, how do you clap for your niece? You know the role your niece is playing. You know how this lady has been behaving. Recall the other time, I think 2 years ago or so, that their delegates they used to because they used to post it. They used to have what do you call it now? End of the year get together for every person, all the grandchildren, all the children, and what have you, the daughter-in-laws and the son-in-laws and everything. And then Davido's father himself called Sophia on the phone and now said, "This is the date that you have decided to go," inviting her and the Imade to come. Sophia refused to go. Said, "Oh, I've arranged for somebody somewhere else to go with Imade." It's like this girl is. I love this girl more than This girl belongs to me more than you people. Meanwhile, this girl answers Adeleke and not Momodu. And their delegates are the ones that are paying the school fees of this girl. I think every 2 years they'll buy a car for her, takes care of the medical bills and what have you. And they still give something for accommodation and feeding. I think feeding, as at that time, Sophia was complaining, was 1 million naira every month. I also recall vividly that was it last year or last 2 years when this issue came up, that Sophia was now saying there was a time that what is her name, Imade, didn't go to school, I think for 2 weeks, and then Sophia now told the office, I mean the school, to call the video and tell the video that the daughter has not been in school for 2 weeks. That is the same Davido that you said had no time, that is always traveling, but you had time to tell the school to call him, leaving you the mother that has a time. And they called Davido and said this girl didn't, and Davido was like, Davido now tried got in touch with her. Now what happened? He said that the car was faulty, that the mechanic said they were going to use 5.8 million to fix it. And that was the car that Davido bought when this girl was 6 years old, a brand new Range Rover. That was what Sifio said is not working, and I mean has faulty. And then the video now sent the money. After he sent the money for the repairs, he now bought two SUVs and sent it. No news about that, no thanking about that, no expressing gratitude, nothing, not even showing it, not even reposting it, nothing. Last year, December, Davido and his wife bought two 2025 or 2026 SUV for their two daughters, that is Imade and Haley. No posting of it. It was only Amanda that celebrated it. That Amanda is a Haley's mother, the second daughter of Davido. From Sophia, there was absolutely nothing. No reposting of it, no reposting of the car, nothing whatsoever. And then you didn't see all that. You didn't correct anything. You didn't call a meeting. You didn't lead a delegation to sort it out or whatever. I recall again that the Adelekes remarked the 10th birthday of Imade. Sophia was there, all happy. He will go and hit this person and go and hit that person. So the reason why I'm giving you these instances is, that's why I said that I don't think you are fair. It is only now that this thing has happened. Now you now want to go, and then so when it is now sorted out, then it will now be that they have ridiculed Davido. The reasons that the lawyer gave. Yes, granted, she said what she said is in court. Honestly, I don't blame her because she was just doing her job. It was in the court that she said that. But the thing is, the video that is saying that is careless, that if I that anything can happen to anybody. By strength shall no man prevail. Thankfully, you are a Christian. I know where you worship. So by strength shall no man prevail, because that is the word of God. So how do you now come and they start blaming a man for a child that even when he was not at home? How? And this is the same that same house. Sophia has taken Imade to go to that house to hold parties for her friends, either for Christmas party or birthday or whatever. Sophia has taken Imade to go to that house to go and hold a party for her friends. The same house that if I buy it, how do you now use it against this man? And when you now saw the 102 affidavit that your cousin or be your niece, Sophia Momodu, put out there, you didn't say anything. You did not say anything. You did not call her to order. Because if you call her to order and she refuses to listen to you, then now that it's like that, you don't have to come and say you are settling anything. If she disobeys you, if there's any point in time that you called her and she disobeyed you, then at this particular point in time, you don't have to come and say that you're settling anything. Do you think their delegates are happy? Just do you think that? So, are you telling me that Sophia loves Imade more than Davido, that the girl bears his name? Davido looked at it and asked, okay, joint custody. That joint custody does not mean that your mother will come and start living with him. It is not. By the way, so, Haley that has always been coming, is Haley not safe? Has anything happened to Haley? So why should he be Imade? Why should he be Imade that will not be safe with Davido? Davido has other children. Haley in particular. The reason why I'm mentioning Haley in particular is because she's also a girl child. So if she's safe, then why would this other person not be safe? Of all the baby mamas of Davido, it has always been this Sophia. See finish. When Davido's father called her and said, come, that she started saying, oh, she has arranged for her own holidays with the girl and all that. Could you not have put it off out of respect? Could you not have postponed that one? And she now started telling the man, tell David. And that is the man that you're dying to like, whatever. But I know that nobody will accept that kind of a thing. But we all know what is going on. Now, this is a man that you wish to have had something to do with in terms of marriage and all that. And here you are saying, tell David to do the needful, to live up to his responsibilities. As at that time, she was saying that the Adelekes are the ones that are paying the school fees of this girl. Sir, Dele Momodu, with due respect to you, I say once again to you, why do you always wait until the Adelekes are ridiculed before you come and show your face? To now say, okay, you're settling this thing out of court, or trying to seek peace about it, or settling it and all that. Why? But when your niece is doing what she's doing, we don't see you call her to order. We don't see you, organize a meeting to now say, okay, let's call her to order. So that if she now refuses the counsel you give to her or the way you want her to go, then when anything happens, you look away. You look away. But not when this kind of a thing happens. How do you go to go? I know the lawyer, was just doing her job. But, bringing up the death of that boy, you know what it means. You know what happened to Davido when that boy passed. You just know. And by the way, when that boy passed, even Amanda condoled with Davido. Till today, Sophia did not condole with Davido. Till today. What will also be, okay, when Davido wedded, that the whole Adelekes were there, including all the grandchildren. That's why I said, I'm not certain now. Saddam Gote was there. So many other people were there. Was that when if Imade had come, then she will not be safe? Only her, of all their delegates. When Davido marked her birthday, if you add, Haley was there with other nieces and the other delegates. So if Imade had attended, then she will not be safe. Only her will not be safe. When the twins marked their first birthday, they marked their first birthday for them. Imade, as their elder sister, was not there. You didn't say anything. You didn't call a meeting. There was no delegation whatsoever. But it's just now. All the video is asking is that I want to have more access to this girl. Yes, I know I have access to her. Take her out, maybe at the mall, go and buy something, drive her around there. But I want more access, and that more access is like that. If I'm doing something like that wedding, I can always say, okay, private jet or somebody go and bring her. Or the children, the twins are marking their birthday. No, okay, go and bring her. That is the kind of joint custody this guy is talking about, because he knows that Sophia will never want Imade to bond with Chioma. And that is not a problem. That is not a problem if she doesn't want. But at least with the father. So, sir, you saw all these things, you know all these things, and then all you could say is that you're organizing them. No wonder, see what Uchema told you. That this energy that you're always using to settle matter, because everybody is now tired. Every time he's always settling. And after settling, Sophia will do another one. Because I mean, you saw a family that is responsible, and you saw a guy that wants to be in the life of it. There are so many people that will not, they don't just want Sophia will do what it. That will be the end of it. Tonto Dike withheld her son from the father for 10 years, but the difference is that it was Tonto Dike that was paying all the bills. When the man Churchill wanted to pay, go to the school of the boy to go and pay, Tonto refused. Said they should not, the school should not. If the school should accept anything from the guy in terms of school fee, that she will withdraw her son. So they told the man, no, you cannot pay. I made a video on that and I said to guy, that's not a problem if you ask me. All you have to do, open an account and all this money be dropping it there for this guy. By the time he's grown, he will understand what happened. At least you show him the money that you care for him. Let him know that you tried your best to be strong in his life. But in fairness to Tonto, she was the one that was running the entire bills. But Sophia wants this money to be given to her, and at the same time, she's giving conditions that is not responsible. Sir Dele Momodu, to be honest, I don't think you're fair. I just don't think you're fair. But let's wait to hear what the Adelekes, the decision that they have taken, because this thing has been going on for quite some time. Okay, let's see the decision they have taken. Now that Davido is married, there are certain conditions that will not be palatable. That he wants to have access to, because this is a developmental stage of this girl that she needs a balanced upbringing. But if she's denied, Then he says, Imade that, is the one that is going to suffer it at the end of the day. She's the one that is at the receiving end. That's why I said it is, first of all, work on Sophia. Do you know that after that, Sophia came and was dancing? Dancing as how that you've won, or dancing, you are preparing the video that has other children, or is it your daughter that you're making to suffer? Because you're stopping this girl from going to where she belongs to. You have your own family that you belong to, but you're now stopping an innocent girl. Sir, Dele Momodu, please consider your stand. This idea of we are doing behind the scene to go, no, it is the wrong one. I don't think it's not fair. It's not fair. No wonder Davido unfollowed you, and even Adawel, his elder brother, also unfollowed you. Only God knows now how Sharon, will react to it, and even their father. Let me come over to Barrister Bele Chuku. To be honest, the law, I don't blame you, because you were just doing your job, okay, by trying to use whatever information that, after all, it was Sophia that briefed you and now told you that. And before then, I think there was an affidavit, 102 affidavits and everything, and those informations were contained there and everything. So you just brought it up in the court because that was in the courtroom. If you had said it outside somewhere, that's where it would have been something, not responsible of you. But for you to have said it there, that is your profession you're practicing now. But Barrister Belechu, to be honest, we practice our profession, and at the same time, we're also human. Okay, there's no in between this profession here and then human. And I know you're a wife, and I know you are a mother. There is a clause that is out of court settlement. Could you not have explored that? When you saw how this guy reacted, you should have known as a mother and as a wife that this thing, there's a comma in this thing. Comma in the sense that this thing is getting to her, because the same Davido has a second daughter, Haley, who comes around to the house. Most times when that girl is going back to school, it's Chioma that flies. Only her and Chioma flies in the private jet, and Chioma takes her back to school before she goes back home. If that girl is safe, why would Imade not be safe? That's why I said, as a mother, from the human angle of it, as a mother and as a wife, and then considering the clause or applying the clause of out of court settlement, I thought that after everything, I'm not blaming you for what you said inside the court. It was in defense. You want to win your case. But outside of the court, there could have been a human angle where you would have considered one or two things. Because for this guy to talk to you like this, yes, I'm not, supporting that, he should talk to you like that. If he was able to, like, or his lawyer was able to, like, okay, come up and say, okay, to you, what about Imade? Maybe that would have been much like it. But I think Your Honor, the judge, understood that part, that this guy, this thing was really that this was just too much for him to contain, that made his emotions, to fail him at that particular point in time. I'm not clapping for that he did, especially the shouting match and everything, but he broke down in tears and all that. There should have been a human angle as a mother and as a wife from you to have now seen, okay, how do we handle this out of court? For the sake of that innocent girl, because she's the one that is at the receiving end. That's why I said, as a wife and as a mother, you know that it is this girl that is on. If Sophia doesn't care anything, before you know it, and maybe somebody will come and marry her, or for whatever, somebody else will come and marry, even if she decides not to marry, it's her life. But this innocent girl, this is the stage of her life that this girl is still developing, that she needs a father figure in her life. And then here, the father is even willing to be part of this girl's life, and he's being denied for one reason or the other, that me and you know that it does not hold water. Hold water in the sense, because there's also a second daughter who comes around, and if that other one is safe, how would this one not be safe? I don't know whether you were aware, okay, that this girl didn't attend her father's wedding. These are the kind of things that made this guy to say, no, let me have a joint custody. So that at least if I want my daughter to come for my wedding or my birthday, or her siblings' birthday or whatever, at least she'll be able to come. Haley will be able to come, and then the twins, so that they'll be able to be bonding as children from the same father. But his emotions failed him in court. I thought you should have gone. So this idea that I saw a woman that said it's your sister. I don't know whether your elder sister or whoever that said he was going to see Davido. You're bullying my sister and all that. So if somebody does something in Nigeria, then you now go to, maybe because they have houses in America, and you now go to America and say the jurisdiction is here now. Which one is going to sue in America? I was thinking that there should have been a human angle to this challenge. Maybe it would have been better to approach it like that or from there. So I also understand that you wrote a petition to the IG, that the way you were harassed and everything. Well, anyway, let's see how it turns out. But I think that a human angle should have been explored. Being a mother and a wife, that's the angle I'm looking at it from now. Then I speak to Sophia. Sophia Momodu, to be honest, the dancing you were doing, when I saw you dancing that, I said, what does Sophia think she's doing? Do you think it's the video you're preparing for where? The video has, in fact, two daughters, the twins, and then Haley, eh? And then there's Dawson, and then there's the twin boy. So the video has other children. But for you to think that it is the video that you're there and you are busy bullying your daughter is what I don't understand. You don't think, consider the angle of this girl. You don't. You know that this girl is developing. At this stage of her life, she needs a father figure. You are even lucky that this guy is interested. Was he not the same guy you branded the best dad in the world? Was he not the same guy, Sophia, that you took Imade to the same house in the Banana Island where he finally passed? Was he not the same guy that you took Amanda, Haley's mother, and Haley and Imade for you guys to go to vacation to Ghana, I think 2 or 3 years ago? Was he not the same guy that you have now decided to come to court and rubbish? Okay, if you had considered the welfare of the mental health of the life, the future of your daughter, what I expected you to do. If you say the video travels a lot, or that he has a lot of people following him, or that he was so careless, why did you not? Because where you live in Lagos is Lekki or whatever, but the video's father also lives in Lagos. Why did you not say, okay, let him be coming to, you take him there to, whether the nanny or whoever, take him there to the grandfather's house, and then the video will come there and meet you there. Maybe the video will now spend a day or two there because there's a nanny that is employed. All the grandchildren of J-Man, anytime one or two of them comes around, the nanny is attend to them. So that if Imade comes, it will be the same thing. Then the video will come there. You could have given it as a condition. That is, if you consider your daughter's future, if the welfare of your daughter is important to you, if the sound develop balance of upbringing of your daughter is more important to you, you came on social media and you were dancing. Dancing as how? Dancing as how? Now, if you don't want this guy to have a joint custody with you, then take up all the bills. Look at Tonto Dike. Tonto Dike was the one that was paying all the fees. I recall that there was time in Abuja. There's a hotel in Abuja, a high-profile hotel. She will go there with the boy, stay for like a month or two, pay all the bills. Just took them. She and the boy will just be there, have a relax for the 1 month or 2 months before they go back home. She was the one that was paying everything, and she didn't want the boy to link up with his father. But she was the one that was paying all the bills. You also don't want the father of your daughter to link up with her, so you should be paying all the bills. Was it not last December that Davido and his wife bought two SUVs for Imade and Haley? No mentioning of that, no gratitude, nothing at all. At least use Imade's page to say, Daddy, thank you. Leave this girl, allow this girl to have access to his father. It might not just be living. Davido wouldn't even want that because he knows that, Imade coming to the house, you will not be happy because you don't want her to bond with trauma. That's, that's understandable as a mother if that is your choice. But a situation whereby you are now denying this girl access to the family that she belongs to, how fair are you to your daughter? What is all this? What are you bitter about? What is this thing that is paining you that you are just like? You are saying that Davido has a lot of it. He travels a lot. When that guy wedded, Davido wedded, a wedding that somebody does in a lifetime, you did not allow Imade to go. So is it also because of that she's not safe? All their delegates were there, Dangote, all of them were there. So that girl will not be safe. Only that your daughter will not be safe, but Haley and others were there. When her father marked her 33rd birthday, she was also not there. So she is the only person that will not be safe. All their delegates, they are there, including His Excellency. Hmm? When the twins marked their first birthday, she was also not there. So how fair are you to this girl and how fair are you to Davido? I know that it's a delicate that is paying the school fees. Like I said, bought the SUV that they buy. I think every 2 years they change the car for that girl. Who drives that car? That SUV that they bought, who drives it? Whether you sell it and buy another Porsche car or whatever, but who drives it? A 10-year-old girl, is she the one that is driving the car? But there was no gratitude. There was just no, at least use the Imade's page. You say, Daddy, thank you. Don't leave yourself out of it. Use the Imade to say it. How would the father buy a car for her? Eh? And then she will not say thank you to her father. Just because you don't want to make it look as if, oh, this man, is it between you and Davido? It's between you and your daughter. It is not between you and Davido, it's between you and your daughter. As a father, if he decides to walk away, there's nothing you can do. And now that is what their delegates are getting into. Now your uncle has come again to either to come and beg, see there's certain things out behind the scene. What are you sorting out? After this man has been ridiculed globally, and you came on social media, you were dancing, which means you enjoy what you say. You say he didn't iron his suit to his wedding. So you watched his wedding, but you didn't allow your daughter to go. Sophia, how fair are you? How fair are you, for crying out loud? Now, even Adewale, the elder brother that has not been saying anything, all of them now are now angry. Auntie Dupe, all of them are now angry. I just pray. Maybe they will now tell you, you know what? You see, Sophie, Imade, please keep her. If you like, change her name to Momodu. No problem. When she's 18, when she's of age, she will look for her father. And I think that's it. So you are the one that is going to lose at the end of the day. So what was actually on your mind? The other time he came and said for the past 5 years, you are the only one that is taking care of her. Past 5 years, but they just bought a car last year, 2025. And I know that when that girl was 6 years old, that was not up to 5 years now. The video bought a brand new Range Rover. You branded him the best dad in the world. Held a birthday party for the girl where he was also commending you that you're a good mother, you're doing a good job on the girl. You were just so excited about everything, only for you to come and say five. Even Israel DMW told you, there is God, oh, there is God. Oh. That is to tell you, Haba, Haba, this is not true. Oh. So I just don't understand. Sophia, when are you going to get tired of this and consider the interest of your daughter above everything? It is not Davido you're doing, no. It is your daughter. It is this girl that is going to suffer it. If their delegates decide, that is what I heard that they want to do now. If they decide to say, you know what, Sophia, keep this girl, change her name to Momodu, pay all her bills, they will just withdraw everything. At the end of the day, after you must have suffered and brought her up, the girl will just go back to her family. There's nothing you can do. That time, who will you now sue? You will now say, okay, come and refund me how much I use when the girl has gone to his father and she's now of age. So when you sit down and check the cost of this fight that you're starting, you will know that it is you that will be the casualty. You will know that it's you that will be the victim. Please consider the interest of this girl. Consider the interest of this girl and allow things to be. Because you're mocking a Davido and said, you told your lawyer, oh, that she is careless. How is he careless? That time, Imade was sick. That were 1 a.m., 2 a.m., you were running helter skelter. You called call Tiwa Savage and all that. If anything had happened to her and somebody comes to tell you that you are careless, how will you feel when you have done your best? How will you feel? Thank God nothing happened to her. How will you feel? Sometimes when we are doing these things, we should put a human angle to it. After all, we are humans. There's blood in our veins. Sophia, what you're doing is wrong. Okay? Consider your daughter. Because whatever thing that happens from now, if their delegates decide to know, this one your uncle is saying that, because how many times will the uncle come and, when that girl didn't attend the father's wedding, what did your uncle say? But I think he also attended. So if Imale had attended when your uncle is there, she's also not safe. Oh please, oh please. I just pray that their delegates, will mean it this time around. To be honest, to Davido Obio 001. To be honest, what is playing out is very unfortunate, especially what played out at the court. Your emotions. You couldn't control your emotions and all that. But unfortunately, that is how it works in the court. Um, Maybe your lawyer should have, brought up the idea. What about Haley? If Haley is safe with you, why not Imade and all that? But I don't know. Maybe God allowed it this time so that God can handle it differently, because God has seen all the efforts you are making to be strong in the life of your daughter, and then Sophia has been a stumbling block for years now. But OBO, if you listen to me, in order to protect your wife and protect your children, you see this Imade, please let this girl be. Leave this girl for her mother. Tonto Dike, I keep on saying it. Tonto Dike was the one that footed all the bills of Andre when she didn't want her to him to have a link with or have anything to do with his father. So let Sophia do the same. Very soon, this girl will come of age. She's 10 now, going to 11. In May, she will be 11. So, in the next how many years now, she'll be 18. She can take a decision of her own. So, Davido, if you're saying no, keep up. Mean it this time around. No question of going to sue in the court to blame. Please save your mental health. Save your mental health, because a lot of your fans, sorry, you couldn't have come to tell your fans, okay, insult a better. No, I know you didn't do that, but your fans saw it because they know the history of how Sophia has been torturing you over this man, as if she's your only baby mama that you have. That's why I'm telling you, Davido, if it will be possible for you, this your keep up, let it be keep up. Very soon, this girl will get to 18. It will be a different ball game altogether. You can now relate with her as a teenager that is of age. Once she gets to 18, so please, Davido, save your family, respect your wife, protect your wife, and protect your other children. Because I know that even if I was there, here what with us, what is it? Sophia has never allowed Emade to attend that the third birthday of Ifeanyi before she passed. Sophia did not allow Imade to attend. She rather took her to Tiwa Savage's son's bed. Sophia. Anyway, it is well. OBO, the ball is in your court. Please protect your family. No sentiment this time around. No sentiment. The enemy uses what you love to get to you. No sentiment this time around. Let Sophia keep you, madam. She's not going to die. She's yours. She will come back to you. But for now, let Sophia keep her. Okay? That's all I want to say in this video. Thank God that you apologize to the court when the judge asks you to apologize. Um, that's all I have to say. Yeah, we're all humans after all. So, but in order to avoid this thing from happening again, please let this keep up. That's all I want to say in this video, okay? Friends, that's all I have to say. Let me have your opinion at the comment section so that we'll further the conversation. This video has become so long. I don't intend it to be, but it has become so long. But let me end it here now, okay? So I expect to hear from you guys at the comment section. Let's further the conversation there. I'll see you guys in my next video.